Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world and that life is treating you most wonderfully. So much love to you all, my delicious babies. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads, you delicious and brat. Now then, well, the sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. Okay, so yes, but the wind's picking up and it's cold, okay? So I've just had my juicy little shower, been outside and it's not very warm. Okay, my delicious babies, and of course, you know, we've got clouds after clouds after clouds. And they're not the fluffy white ones that you see. They are the very dark blue ones. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so some bits of information today. Well, I suppose I've got quite a bit really, my delicious little babies. Okay. Now then, so this is on BitChute, my delicious little babies. I've got to be careful what I say here. Okay. It's on BitChute, so a search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies. Okay. And the uploader, not in that way, not in that way. The uploader should read World Orders Review. World Orders Review. Now, I do not feel as if I've mentioned this one before, my delicious little babies. I do not feel that I have, you know. Anyway, so the uploader, World Orders Review, okay? They have 25,709 subscribers. So 25709. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now the video that you're looking for, my delicious little babies, okay, should read V, you know, a VA, shall we say. Okay, my delicious little babies. I've got to find another way. DE, okay, my delicious little babies, so V, DE, okay, now, suddenly, heat, DE, okay, my delicious little babies, and it is a message from Ivo, IVO, Sasek, okay, spelt SASEK, KLA TV. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I should just repeat that again. I'm just having to say it in a different way. Okay, my delicious little babies, but if you just go on to World Orders Review, that's the uploader. VA, DE, now suddenly heat, DE. Okay, my delicious little babies. A message from Ivo, Sasek, KLA TV. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm hoping, my delicious little babies, that you can get what I've just said there. Okay, please and thank you. Because as you know, I have to be careful of what I say. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now the next one is, this is actually on YouTube, my delicious little babies, okay? And this, have I wrote it down? Flip me. I think it's, what's his name? Something, is it Kenrick or Kenrick? Okay, my delicious babies, this is on YouTube. well, I'm just going to have to, you know, say the whole lot. Okay, my delicious little babies. Neoliberalism was introduced into Australia under the Hawke / Keating government. So I should just repeat that once again, my delicious little babies. If you was to type it in, okay, so I will just slow down. Neoliberalism was introduced into Australia under the Hawke / Keating government, sorry. Then hyphen Senate, 2nd of the 8th, 2023. Now, what this is talking about, my delicious little babies, because, like I said, I'm trying my best to cover what I can. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, what he's saying is you know, to do with the changes, sorry, excuse me, that are going on in Australia. And I've seen this, I'm pretty sure I've advertised him before. I'm pretty sure his name's Kenrick, okay, my delicious babies. Well, of course, you know, he was in his parliament and, well, there's hardly nobody there. So we seem to be seeing in certain places, shall we say, my delicious little babies, we seem to be seeing some sort of theme going on here, if you get my meaning, my delicious little babies, okay? So, yes, I mean, that video itself is only, what is it, 3 minutes, 13 seconds. And the one above it that I've just mentioned, that's a very interesting video to listen to on BitChute, my delicious little babies. Very interesting indeed, okay? Well, that one's, I think, 20 odd minutes, that video. Okay, my delicious little babies, so that's that, okay? So, the next one, okay, so this is with Maya Tusi, who I have advertised a number of times, okay? And he now has 308,000 subscribers, okay, my delicious little babies, so Van Dozy, okay? Now they're not in that way, not in that way. Now, because he's covering, you know, mainly to do, well, I mean, he covers different things, but we're focusing at the moment on the ULEZ in London. Now, you know, some delicious little babies may not be paying that much attention to this, okay? But say if you come from a different country as well, because this affects everybody. So even if you're coming from a different country, this is nothing what Maya said. And he's on YouTube, my delicious little babies, Maya Tusi, okay, my delicious little babies. I'm just saying what I'm saying. If somebody's coming from a different country and they're either visiting London or they have relatives in London, well, this is going to affect yourselves as well, my delicious little babies, or for, you know, whoever you know. Do you see? So, and of course, you know, this is going on in Brummyland, in my neck of the woods in the old UK, you know, but I've got to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, you know, we've had a lot of pushback. There we are, you know, Brummyland. Do you see what I mean? Yes. And of course, you're getting the same in London. So the video and how it should read, my delicious little baby, should read, Sadiq Khan caught breaking the law. Well, you know, at the end of the day, my delicious little babies, surprise, surprise, the unexpected hit you between the eyes. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so you just made me do that. I don't know if you remember my delicious little baby. Do you remember old, oh, God bless her, lovely lady, Cilla Black? Yeah, she passed away. Where did she pass away now? Was it in Spain or? Yeah, because she had, God bless her, something wrong with her head. You know, God bless that. Anyway, for some reason I've just mentioned that. But she used to do Surprise Surprise, and she also used to do Blind Date, you know, you know. For those of you out there, bad and babies, you know, who used to watch the Box in the Corner room many decades ago, you will remember that, okay? I mean, that was just so, I mean, at times, I mean, it was flipping hilarious, you know what I mean? Because you had the one who was there, okay, then you had the screen, and then you had three others, do you see what I mean, Mad Delicious Baby? So you had to make a guess, and the funniest part of it all, Mad Delicious Babies, I'm just going to say this, for some reason, this is just coming into my old noddle, and, but, you know, like, say when whoever it was, a man or a woman, you know, then they had to choose out of the three. Because it's a blind date, isn't it? So you cannot see. Do you see what I mean? And, I mean, I'm not saying that against anybody who's blind. I didn't mean it like that, my delicious babies. Okay, it's just it was called blind date. And, well, sometimes the looks on some of the birth races, you know, when they see one another... flipping priceless. Do you know what I mean? And you instantly knew that it was just no go. You know what I mean? Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. Done. Do you see what I mean, man? Little babies, okay? It just wasn't going to work. Do you see what I mean? So it just goes to show that when you... I don't know why I'm just saying this, man, little babies. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying it. It just goes to show that, you see what I mean? Like when you look at the old-fashioned days, and I will call them old-fashioned days decades ago, you know, you could walk into a pub, or you could walk into a club. Oh, I mean, for some, I don't know, go to a poetry lesson, or I don't know, a pottery lesson or something. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, you could meet somebody face to face. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my little babies? Yes. And then, like I said before, and I'll repeat again, and then you can determine whether you like them or not. Do you see what I mean? But when you're guessing, you say, and it doesn't always work out very well, my little babies. You know what I mean? Sometimes you cannot, how somebody comes across, but if you cannot see them, well, it can be very deceiving, can't it, my little babies, anyway? But God bless you, dear Scylla. Oh, she was lovely, little Scylla Black, do you know what I mean? And she was really good friends with, you know, our, and not in that way, our lovely Paula O'Grady. You know, oh, God rest their beautiful, dear little souls, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm sure they've met up in spirit now, and they're having a fantastic time. My delicious little babies, okay? Anyway, something's just made me say all that anyway. So, yeah, so there's really, you know, to me, with Sadiq Khan, okay, because we know that somebody else is pulling, there we are, the strings, don't we? My delicious little babies, because, you know, he's just like a little puppet on a string. Do you see? I mean, he's constantly got bags under his eyes. I mean, please do not get me wrong. I mean, I get the occasional day like that, you know, as many will. Do you see what I mean? But for him, you know, I'd say it's pretty much a lot of them. There we go, sleepless nights. Do you see what I mean? Yes? Because if you look at it, it's like... you know, his title of what he is, okay? Well, you know, as I always say, comes with great responsibility. Do you see? So, but if you cannot stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's what I always say. Do you know what I mean? So, oh, sorry. Another song's just come to me, old noddle. I don't know if you remember UB40. For most of you, you will, my delicious little babies, okay? I've got the albums anyway, right? And, yeah, I mean, I love Little Rats. It's only a figure of speech. Remember that song? There's a rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? Okay, my delicious little babies. So, you see, to me... this is what they're doing. So they're putting up the old cameras, right? And what this is all about, what Maya Tusi is talking about here, is that where you'd get traffic wardens and things like that. But, you know, instead they're doing it with cameras and things like this. Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong now, delicious little babies, but I do not see that sorry as being lawful. You know, just like they have not asked anybody's permission, like in supermarkets or anything like that, you know, and this is happening globally. You know what I mean? Where, you know, you just think that, say if you go up to a, you know, self-serve, you know, and you just want to put your items through super duper quickly, you know, but nobody's asked for their birth trace to be, you know, your own candid camera, sorry, snap. Nobody's asked for that, have they? My delicious little babies, just like nobody's asked to be tracked everywhere they go. Do you say? And also what Maya Tusi was talking about, my delicious little babies, on another video, which of course, like I said, I'm trying my best to follow. I already know about this, but I just want to, there we are, point this out, okay? It's only while it's fresh in the old noddle. You know, to go cashless in Australia. Do you see, my delicious little babies, okay? Because they're rolling it out in the old USA. You know what I mean? Who's that now? Bruce Springs, what's his name, sorry? Bruce Springsteen. Born in the USA, I was born in the USA. He's proved himself, hasn't he? To be most unsavoury, hasn't he? Anyway, my delicious little babies, so you see, the fact of the matter is, nobody's asking for all of this, for cameras to be everywhere. You know, I've got nothing against China, God bless them, okay? But we're not China. And that's not being nasty, prejudiced or racist. Anybody who knows me knows I'm none of those things, okay? So I do not have to explain anymore. But the fact of the matter is, who wants to be tracked and traced everywhere they go? Do you see, my delicious little babies, okay, that there's a camera on every street corner? Do you see what I mean? And the other thing about these cameras, and this has been going on for decades, so this is just reminding me of something else now, my delicious little babies. Now, I've known big time, okay, long time, years, okay, that, oh yes, these cameras will click you, okay, but then at other times, all of a sudden, oh dear, they go blank. And nobody's seen a thing. Do you see, my delicious little babies? It's been going on a long time. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? So, what's the difference between then and now? Absolutely nothing at all. So, again, this is illegal, and they're bringing it in from another country, and we know where it's coming from. Okay? You know, to track out every move, to do everything. The same with what they're doing with all of the cash and everything like that. Do you see what I mean? It's like they want to cause as much chaos as possible, as, you know, as what they've named as humanly possible. Do you see, my delicious little babies, yes? Whereas behind the scenes, you know, there's many other things going on that they're not wanting or not liking anybody to see. Do you see, my delicious little babies, yes? So we shall see how this goes, but, you know, I mean, come on. I mean, you know, the Londoners now are really rising up, okay? Good on you, London. Do you know what I mean? Like, good on you, Brummyland. Do you see what I mean? And of course, you know, you got others, plenty, God bless, who, you know, are speaking out about all of these things, about the cashless coming, about the cameras everywhere. You know, I mean, I've been saying it for months and months, just the same as other delicious babies, not in that way, not in that way. But we've all been saying it for how long now? Do you say? But, you know, I don't know. I mean, all we can do is just keep going. And anyway, my video should not be taken down, okay? Or me get into trouble, because there's others on the internet talking about other things. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? And God bless them. That's what I say. God bless them. Have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. So yeah, so that's that. So, well, good luck to you, Sadiq Khan. That's all I can say. Because, you know, the more, it seems to me, the more shat that you're going to throw, you know what I mean, including the kitchen sink, well, guess what? The fact is, you're just going to get more grief, aren't you? I don't mean that nastily, but, you know, there's already been protests and all these things. But of course, you know, the box in the corner of the room will not be telling everybody the truth out there, my delicious little babies, because there's ones who are aware of all this who know. Of course, there's others, very sadly, who do not know. Do you say? But they're not going to tell the truth. Do you say? Anyway, so let's go on to the next one. Okay. Oh, yes. This is on a BitChute, my delicious little babies. This one's on BitChute, okay? And the uploader, not in that way, not in that way. The uploader who you're looking for should read Victorous, okay? Spelled Victurus, Victorous, Libertas, 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 okay, Libertas. This uploader has 6,124 subscribers. Now, I haven't mentioned these before either, that I'm aware of. I do not believe I have. Anyway, and the video, sorry, should read with Victus Libertas, okay? The great man-made river, nothing hidden will not be revealed. So I should just repeat that once again, my delicious little babies. The great man-made river, nothing hidden will not be revealed. Now, I was talking about, so I'm just ticking all these off as I go along. I was talking about a lot of this, you know, and to do with Gaddafi, God bless. And, you know, I've done other videos where I have discussed Mr. Gaddafi, okay? And I was actually talking about, I'm pretty sure I did, unless I took one down, or unless somebody else took it down, to do with the power plan. Okay, my delicious babies. I did another video, that's just come to me old noddle. I did another video where it was showing where the desert was starting to go green in a part of the desert. I forgot where it is now without going back and looking at my video. But, and that was months ago. Do you say? So, I mean, this video is only a short video, extremely short, my delicious little babies, okay? I think it's 1 minute something. But this is, and it's all the truth, what happened. Do you see? And your man there just says it just in, you know, over a minute. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, sorry, excuse me, but I will still say, which I will, God bless Gaddafi, because, you know, you see, when they go into these politics, I've said it before and I say it again, you know, and then ones, you know, they strive to, you know, to get their parts of the family into politics, into all of these things now, yes. But little do they realise that they're walking into the snake's pen. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. So, you see, the thing is that once you've gone through all of the riches, the glamour, the clothes, extramarital affairs, and different, there we go, things, okay, and palaces, very sadly for Mr. Gaddafi, found himself in a tent. Do you see my delicious little babies, okay? But to me, just looking at him and looking at the videos that I've seen over the years of Mr. Gaddafi, well, to me, he actually seemed a lot happier in his tent. Do you see? Without all of these massive square palaces and everything like that. Do you see? But you have to look at what goes on. Okay, I'm not saying what is right or wrong here. What I am saying is, if you read in between the lines, anybody, and I do not care what anybody tells me on the planet, okay, I can have my opinion. I'm a woman with a view. Others can have theirs. That's fine. Okay, hunky-dory, tickety-boo. But to me, anybody who gets into power, I've seen it. Okay, my delicious little babies, I've seen it. There we are. Okay? And the old ka-ching, pound, shilling and pence rules. Do you see what I mean? So that means that somebody can think that they can buy women cars, or, you know, or if they like men, you know, because we're in a different type of world. And that's, you know, not being disrespectful to anybody. But to use the old ka-ching to buy, well, what it is they want to buy, shall we say. Houses, cars, jewellery, clothes. And like I said, well, if we look at it, bodies, because there we are, because that's what it is, isn't it? My delicious little babies, yes. And then, of course, you know, when you get to the stage, which I genuinely feel that Mr. Gaddafi did, there we are, he just got to the stage, you know, where, you know, and at some point his health, so he wasn't as healthy as what he used to be and everything, yes. And then somewhere, either, I don't know, either it was an awakening. Do you see what I mean? A calling. Do you see what I mean? That something needed to change in Libya. We are. Do you see what I mean? So, of course, he was trying to make good, but then somebody else comes and blows something else up. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? You know, you have to read in between the lines, there we go, of what's gone on over the years, and I've watched plenty, there we go, videos on him. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes. So, you know, some things just made me drift off, but what I'm saying to you is that, yes, you know, I mean, to me, I genuinely feel that, you know, in the world, there's been too many lies. Do you see? But nevertheless, I do not feel that Mr. Gaddafi should have been treated like that. And of course, you know, he wanted to bring something else in. Do you know what I mean? Which would be different to another countries, shall we say, okay? So, of course, they were not alike in that either. Do you see what I mean, my delicious baby? See, it's a story, isn't it? Do you see? But when I seen him in the tent, it was very telling. Yes, it was. Do you see? Because he appreciates, you know, it's like he went through all those different stages, you know, like being a showman and all these, there we are, all these things, okay, because he himself, very sadly, was also for somebody else. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. But then you could see there was a different side to him where, you know, oh God, my eyes itchy. Sorry. You know, where, you know, he appreciated being with his family. You know, it looked to me like his immediate family. And do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And then he had some leaders, didn't he, on one video? It wasn't very long. It was a minute and so many seconds long. Other leaders went to his tent. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, I shall say no more. Now then, the next video is, I mean, personally, I love to go camping. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not talking about that kind of camping. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies now? But he certainly did not deserve for his life to be ended the way it was. Okay, somebody can make many mistakes, but the thing is, what I always say is that one, there we go, must learn by those mistakes, and if one learns by those mistakes, then let's just say, you know, let's just say you'd be looked upon, there we are, in a more favourable light, shall we say. Do you say? But to be hunted down and all these things, no? I personally felt that was, there we go, putrid. Do you say? So, and then you look at Libya today and you look at what's going on. You see what I mean, my delicious babies? Anyway, but, you know, like I said, I mean, he obviously seen... you know, because I mean, it's a long, there we are, it's a long journey, isn't it? There's a song, isn't there? It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. And sometimes you have to go through decades, there we go, different stages. And really, if you look in life, each and every one of us do. Do you see what I mean? You know, each and every one of us have different things that take place in our lives, some good, some mediocre, you know, and some not so good. But, you know, if you can look at, you know, things from a different angle and think, okay, looking back, would I have done it, there we go, in a different way? I would have said, if the truth be known, for most, would say, there we are, yes. Do you say? Okay? But other things, others would say, well, no, that's what I did at that time of my life. You know, I was happy to do that at, you know, that time of my life. But if you was to ask the Joe public, that's just a figure of speech. If you was to ask the Joe public, you know, how they would feel, there we are, about their lives and what they could have changed, you would more than likely find, my delicious babies, that for many, there we go, they would want to have changed, there we are, a number of things. And that's just the truth. I mean, if somebody thinks I'm wrong here, fair enough, but that's the beauty of life, isn't it? Nobody can agree all the time. Do you see? When I look back in my life, I could say, okay, could I have done things differently? And if the truth be known, there we go, yes. You know, yeah, you can have some regrets, and then other things you say, well, no, you do not have any, you know, regrets at all. You know, it's just that time in my life, as would be others as well, where you've done, there we are, different things that maybe you felt at the time either you was doing right, or maybe you could have been influenced. Do you know what I mean? Yes. And like when you look at a lot of these young, you know, the putrid politicians, there we are, and things like this, they usually go into this line of work. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It's a line of work, you know, they're just slaves, like, well, like the treat us out here, do you see what I mean, okay? They may be like in their little suits, the little men and the little women in the little suits, but the fact of the matter is, my delicious little babies, is they're slaves as well, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? And that's not being nasty, you know what I mean? Because when we look at it, we've all been enslaved, there we are. Do you see? For decades. So, you know, to me, I just see it as, you know, what it is. Do you say? I just have a different way of how I see things. But when they go into it when they're young, it seems very much to me that they're very, shall we just say, very impressionable, you know, and they feel that whatever it is, and then, you know, as time goes on, ones get caught up in things. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Now, some are just genuinely nasty and putrid little individuals and creatures. Do you see what I mean? Because individuals are ones who work for the corporate, aren't they? Individuals. But then you got others where, very few and far between, I'd say, that think, no, this line of work is not for me. Do you see? But if you, there we go, but if you're too deep in it, well, you know, by that time, greed, ka-ching, has taken place, hasn't it? My delicious little babies, do you say? So when you look at Gaddafi, he was absolutely no different to anybody else, as I can see. My delicious little babies, yes. You sort of get washed away with all of these, you know, and the glamour of things and the clothes and that, you know, everything's a bottomless pit and you can just afford what you want. And do you say? But when you actually come back down to earth, what's that song? Coming down, down, straight back down to earth. Coming down, down, or going down, down. Who sang that now? Oh, you'd have to type it into YouTube, my delicious little babies. Anyway, gosh, there's something, I'm not going to say something wrong with me today, my delicious little babies. It's just that all these different songs and all these different things are coming to me today for some reason. Anyway, so let's just look at the next one now. Then this is on BitChute, my delicious little babies, okay? And this is on, I've named this one before, not in that way, not in that way. I've named this one before, my delicious little babies, banned videos, my delicious little babies, okay? Now then, the video that you're looking for on banned videos, my delicious little babies, okay, is, and it's about just over 2 minutes long, okay? And it is watch GMO, you know, genetically modified, okay, tomato swim in salt water, the fish gene effect exposed. Okay, my delicious babies, this uploader has 7,638 subscribers. 7,638 subscribers. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes. Okay. Now then, so yes, I'll just repeat once again. Watch GMO tomato swim in salt water. The fish gene effect exposed. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, what this is talking about, okay, is you've got 2 bowls of water, okay? Now, like I said, it's only about just over 2 minutes long. You've got 2 bowls of water. Now, you see your man there, you cannot see him, but anyway, on the video, cutting a tomato. Yeah, so you've got 2 little thin strips of tomato. Okay, my delicious babies, so you've got 1 in one bowl, 1 in another bowl. Okay, now when you watch closely, you'll see that the one bowl, okay, with a little piece of tomato stays stationary. So it means that it's not moving anywhere, as you would know. My delicious babies, I didn't mean that in the wrong way, you know, to be sarcastic or patronising or anything. I didn't mean that, okay? Stationary meaning still. The second one, well, when you watched closely, started wriggling just like a snake. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, you should see it. Just like a little snake. Do you see? Mind you, I did a video, you know. I didn't get many views for that, actually, to do with the tomato industry. Did that way back as well. Anyway, so yeah, interesting video to look at, my delicious little babies, on banned videos. Now, finally, I thought I'd leave this one till last. This one's on YouTube, my delicious little babies. Just have another sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Now then, it's called, because as you know, my delicious little babies, I am trying my best and I am following rather a lot, there we go, what's going on in Africa at the moment, okay? Now, this one here, because I've already mentioned, what's that one, to natural, anyway, I've mentioned, you know, other sites, you know, to do with following Africa, okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, this one's called Swahili Swally Nation. So if you could just please and thank you, my delicious little babies. This is the last piece of information now. Just to type in Swally Nation, which is spelled SWAHRLI. Swally Nation. Now, this uploader, not in that way, has 296,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies. 296,000 subscribers, bless, okay? Now then, so this Swally Nation, the video that you're looking for, okay, my delicious little babies, I think it was uploaded about 4 days ago, should read, why Niger, okay, in Africa, why Niger is so attractive to them, ? Burkina Faso, Mali, ready for a war. ECOWAS and AU against Niger. So I should just repeat that again, my delicious little babies, once more. Why Niger is so attractive to them, ? Burkina Faso, Mali ready for a war. ECOWAS and AU against Niger. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, it's really, really interesting. Okay, my delicious little babies. It's about, I think it's 21 minutes or something longer, something like that. Anyway, and what I really like about it is at the end, your man there, not in that way, who's actually doing the video, okay? Right at the end, he says really lovely prayer. I found that really, I really did find it really touching. Do you see what I mean? Yes, because it seems very much to me as though, well, I mean, there's a history to all of this. There we are. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? Now, for some of you would know, my delicious little babies, and for others of you, you will not know. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that, let's just say some, shall we just say, and that's my pad over there, some, well, let's just say, like when somebody's stay has been out-welcomed, there we are, my delicious little babies, do you say? And how can I say it? No, I don't know. Let me think of an example. It could be anything, couldn't it, in life? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something. Could be anything. Sometimes, I don't know. So I'm just trying to think of something that comes to me noddle really quick. Say for example, if you haven't put, I'm just using an example now. It's just an example, okay? Say if you go to the beach. I'm just using an example now. And maybe you haven't put enough sun lotion on. But say you told yourself you'd stay at the beach for 4 hours. But then it went on to 6 hours. But then by that time, because you never bought enough lotion, or you could have left it in your hotel or apartment or whatever it is, or your home, well then it sort of eventually it just sinks in, doesn't it? Do you see what I mean? It all dries up, okay? And then that extra 2 hours, you then become, where you've had protection, or so-called, anyway, that's another video for another day, well, then you find that you start getting burned. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? Where your skin burns and then it becomes all flipping, you know what I mean? Because you spend too much time in the sun. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And then what ends up happening is that you start going all flipping red. Do you see what I mean? Well, we've all been there. I have in my decade. Do you know what I mean? Yes? I mean, not like, it just simply means that I've just, maybe just flipping, you know, hammered. It's only a figure of speech about delicious babies, but I just flipping hammered the son too much. Do you know what I mean? Yes, and then I flipping felt flipping consequences. Do you know what I mean? Which is where you cannot even sleep properly. Do you see what I mean? And you've got to put all the calamine, cotton wool, put all the calamine on your skin. Do you know what I mean? Just to stop it from flipping itching and hurting you. Do you know what I mean? And even to have a shower flipping hurts. Do you know what I mean? We've all been there over the decades. Well, I have, Martin. It's just babies, right? And it's flipping very flipping painful. But getting back to it now, see, you learn your lessons. Do you understand what I mean about delicious babies? But using it as an example, yes? Okay, well, I mean, I do love sun rays. I flipping adore the sun, and the sun adores me. Do you know what I mean? I love my vitamin D. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, and it makes everybody super duper happy in the sunshine, doesn't it? Anyway, let me get back to matter in hand. So you go over, then you get burnt, don't you? And then it's really uncomfortable, isn't it? Well, that's how I see this situation. My delicious little babies. Now, you probably think it is, well, you know, what's this nutty, crazy woman rambling on about? Well, I'm personally not crazy at all. It's just that I found a way to explain something in a different way. It may not always come across very clearly what I'm saying, okay? But of course, you know, when you get burned, of course, what's the first thing you want to do? You know, you don't want to be sat out then anymore in the sun, do you? Because then you become really burnt and sore. So the best thing to do, is to go indoors, isn't it? Do you see what I mean? And just try and get the shade. Well, of course, you know, the point to what I'm saying is, my delicious little babies, is when, you know, it's a similar thing, isn't it? The moral's still the same, you know, you're out staying, you're welcome. Do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. You know, being out too much in the sun, you get burnt in the end. You haven't got enough factor or whatever it is, yes. Just the same as what's going on now. You know, some just seems to me do not want to leave. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And a lot of it's to do with you, and we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Do you see what I mean? Oh, oh, do you say? So anyway, so I'm going to leave the video like that, my delicious babies. Now, you know, if some of you do not understand me, I feel very sorry that you do not understand me, okay? And God bless you for watching up until this point. You know, maybe this kind of video is just not for you. But the thing is, sometimes it seems I have to talk in some sort of different way. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? It's just that I say things in such a way, but the moral's still the same. There we are. Do you see? You know, so when somebody outstays the welcome somewhere else, what happens? Well, others get mighty paid off, don't they? Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, yes? Anyway, so that's the end of the video. So until my next video, okay, wherever you are in the world, I stumbled on certain parts of it. There we are, for some reason. I know the reasons. Anyway, so wherever you are in the world, wishing you a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are, okay? Please have a super duper and delicious time, because you only get one life. Okay, my delicious little babies, yes? And a smile a day keeps the doctor away, just like crunch, crunch, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Okay, my delicious little babies. And please, may I send each and every one of you lots of peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings in all of your lives, okay? Whoever watches my video, okay? And of course, you know, as well to do with, you know, anybody else as well in the world, you know what I mean? And may everybody, you know, be fully protected for yourselves and your beautiful selves and your beautiful families. And please, if we could continue to lift the vibration, I'm going to try again now, and lift the frequency. There we go. Another clap for Carly. Okay, my delicious babies. Yeah, we're just going to try and keep the vibration, okay, even though we've got so many things going on in the world right now, okay? We're still going to find something, at least one thing a day to smile about. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, yes. And also, please take care of yourselves and please take care of others. Sorry, and please give a listening ear. It's always welcomed. And please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family members, to some friends, to some work colleagues. And please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy, and super duper delish, and that you love them so. Okay? So thank you so very much to anybody who even takes the time to listen to my videos, you know, not only today but any day, and for any likes, thank you, and God bless you all, okay? Because I just do not ask anybody to subscribe to my videos anymore. No, you know, I just think, you know, if somebody wants to do it, let them do. Do you know what I mean? If somebody wants to be so kind as to put a like, you know, please let them do. And, you know, if they want to leave a comment so very kindly, please let them do. That's how my noddle's operating. Do you know what I mean? Because to be perfectly honest, you know, I'm so very grateful for my beautiful little, you know, subscribers, sorry, that I have. And also, I do not feel the need to beg anybody. Do you understand what I mean? I'm just not going to beg anybody. You know, somebody wants to listen to my videos and get information so that they can then go on to look at other information and other videos. Well, that's, to me, that in itself is the most, there we go, the most beautiful gift. And, you know, that's the best gift that I feel that I can give. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And of course the videos that I advertise and the uploaders who I advertise, well, they're giving a beautiful gift because they're giving their time, they're giving their information, you know, and, you know, because they're living their lives as well. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, sometimes we just need to look at the bigger picture. Do you know what I mean? Just like a pumpkin. What's just made me say a pumpkin? I just seen a great big pumpkin. But usually it comes around Halloween, doesn't it? Anyway, usually, when can you start buying pumpkins from? I think it's September, isn't it? I think so. September all the way through to October, yeah? I think so. Anyway, I don't buy them anymore. You know, that's just me. Sometimes you look at the history of other things, okay? So I'm certainly not going to celebrate certain things. Anyway, so until my next video, thank you once again for listening, okay? Much love, God bless. You just all take care now. I love you also. Look after yourselves. Thank you. Bye-bye. God bless.